Welcome to Upstate Films. Before I have a chance to speak with Thelma Adams, who's visiting with us today, I want you to know we're doing virtual cinema. And What She Said, Pauline Kael, is our next up. You can rent it and watch it and remember what it was like to read Pauline Kael in the 70s and 80s when American cinema was maybe at its height. And before I try to get you to watch What She Said, Pauline Kael, I just want to thank all of you who have supported the theater during this crazy time, and I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. And check out upstatefilms.org, where you can see all the offerings we have in our virtual cinema. And soon we're going to get to talk with Thelma Adams.
She wanted to be a part of a dialogue that was nationwide, where people were really talking about movies in the energetic way that they do at a party. So, you know, before there was that idea of the water cooler discussion.
And she was so highly opinionated and so good at backing up her opinion that it didn't leave much room, you know. I think for disagreement. I mean, you could disagree and say she's wrong. I saw this movie and I don't know what she saw in what's his name? I can't remember which one I'm thinking of. Sorry, but she was so good at it.
But there's a thing. It's a technique also.
Well, you're a writer, so you would know about
it's
that.
a technique to be unequivocal.
Yeah.
And what I loved of all the places that I've written criticism for, I started out at the New York Post. And I was second string. Obviously, it was a conservative publication. But because I was second string and the chick, I could write, you know, what no one cared what I wrote about, you know, or what my opinion was, as long as I did it within the format. And that was very freeing. I think that she was very free to write, ultimately, at the New Yorker, to find her voice. Yep. And to say, no one wants a mushy critic. No one wants someone who's middle of the road. You have to take a stand and defend something or cut it to shreds, which is really tough. And we saw, you know, you see in the movie the impact it has on artists who then decide maybe never to read reviews again. I think that if you wanted to describe her and her writing, she was both funny and lethal, which is something that came up. She was funny and lethal. She didn't pull her punches.
Right.
And that was in a time when that was very much allowed, you know? And I love the fact that she was constantly pushing buttons, trying to be as vernacular and right as she would talk at a cocktail party. And one really gets a sense watching this that she was someone who enjoyed a good cocktail. And I think that also in watching this movie, enjoy it. You know, have a cocktail if you imbibe, you know, and it's something that will inspire you then to go. I have a huge love of Altman that I share with Pauline Kael, and I watched this movie and I was like, I want to see Nashville again. I love McCabe and Mrs. Miller, that to go back, even Gosford Park, which I love, to go and look and re-examine these movies that she loved. Now, in the case of the 9-hour Shoah, when she came out, she really took a risk at the New Yorker of appearing anti-Semitic by not embracing that movie. And I know like there are movies like Titanic that everybody loves that I don't love, you know, and you have to step into the wind. And she was bold in that way. She stepped into the wind.